Here I am, Michael Adam. I love you too. I'm just grabbing, set up the camera. I haven't been nowhere except for to the park right down here on foot. Didn't go far. You asked me to come out here. Too much. Interesting. That'll work. I have some other charges I want to hit Trump with. Major. But other than that, no, yeah. The video game thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain to anybody anything at this point. At least not today. They may want an explanation, but I'm not in the mindset to give them one right now. If you want to tell them, you can. Want to show me you're here? Please, my love. I don't want to go over to TikTok. Because I don't know what Grandma said. What exactly she said to do. What I'm supposed to be doing, I don't know. Just holding off the darkness over on this end. Alexa, turn that down 2 notches. Alexa, turn it down. Yeah, I haven't. What's the point? Oh, I'm talking to Garland. Let's step into the ring with him. I don't care. As long as everybody sees what he is before, we destroy him. Because I'm tired of discerning. I'm tired of the rebuttal every time something is said or trying to connect with you. And then there's always the, I'm over that. I'm tired. My brain's tired of keeping it all separate. Tired of interpreting the signs. Yeah. They can all talk about me, but they can't talk to me. The only one that did was Grandma. Yeah, and I don't even know what she said. What I was supposed to be doing. I sent you my phone number and everything through her, but other than that, and a couple of videos. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, they hit Trump with the charges, so. It's like Jim Jones, Hitler. Yeah. Oh, Alexa, turn it up 2 notches. Perfect song. Alexa, turn it up one more time. I have blood all over me. I should not be left to my own devices. It led to crisis. I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving, 'cause you got tired of my scheming. It's me. I mean, I even caught that thing doing, getting a reading, and even took credit for the root. It was a nice accident, she said. Did you hear my covert narcissism? Like disguises altruism, like some kind of conversation.
Jezebel is playing God, is what she's doing. That Angela Powers. Seriously. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the end. I even got a call at 4 o'clock yesterday morning from a high priest telling me about the hexes and everything that's on. I'm very much aware of what's coming at me. I asked for help. Everybody wants money. I was like, you seriously get a hold of me to tell me what's coming at me, and then you ask me for money? I said, I don't have no money. But nobody has a heart anymore. I mean, fuck. Come out from behind the screen. Come out of the shadows. If you want to fight, let's fight. But don't sit there and, smack me from the shadows and then hide your hands. It's all I go through every day. And I'm just over the games. Yeah. Shit. I don't even want to talk about the past anymore. Just get in the fucking ring with me. If you want to box, let's go. Yes, let's go. That's how I feel with everybody right now. If not, then what the hell's your problem? That's what I just want to ask everybody. Because one way or another, I'm about to get in the ring with the man beast. See, that's Donald Trump. Either way, it's going down with that. If anybody else has a beef with me, please either tell me or lose the attitudes. Because I'm not the one with the problem with you guys. I let my guards down. If I power up this altar and bitch slap the ones did this. That's it. I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna hurt. And I can reach into the spirit and knock the piss out of you guys. These are Trump's followers and family. Just anybody who. And then mocking me on my own pages. Trying to be me on it's no wonder I get pulled in, because you're trying to pull on my energy to get a reading on me. That's why I keep getting pulled in. And you go completely against everything. Wow. You're gonna hear me roar. Because, bitch, I do have power in Yeshua's name. You're trying to use everybody else. Like human shield. Chicken shit. You're as bad as Trump. When Trump said you should be standing there with sticks and stones, that is all my intellectual property he was spewing. But what he's done with everybody is taken away all my human rights. These are torture tactics. I'm unarmed, and I have been for days. Guards down. They'll take any shot And they did. You should see my legs. These are people who are lying and saying that they like me. Yeah, these are people who have lived here forever. These are people from Washington. These are people from Alabama. These are actually people who have supposedly known me until I walked away from them. I never did anything to any of them. Shit, I wasn't around most of them. They protect pedophiles. Confirmed. So I am tired of the mental abuse, the psychological abuse. I am tired of the yeah. Yeah. I always tell people are, and it's all over the internet because I don't see anybody else. I don't talk to anybody. They don't talk to me. It's not because I don't go out there. It's because they don't talk to me. None. No one. The only interaction I get right here. Dear Diary. The only thing I see is the spirits now. So when you guys sit there and go and do something, relax, or this is spiritual warfare. This is World War III. And when, Michael's here with me, but always. But attacking me through this doesn't make me want to get on here and talk to anybody. Come in person. I don't see anybody. because I'm nice to the vessels because I don't wrestle with them. It's the spirits that grab a hold of the vessels and attack. But I still go after the spirit. I don't take it out on the vessel. But magics, the most horrid magics imaginable, trying to put a wedge in between. Reached out from the shadow. You know, it's very chicken shit to attack somebody from behind. I was meeting up with Michael. My guards were down. I was paying attention to him. I was doing what I promised him I would do, is let my guard down and talk to him. So I was completely vulnerable, and I wasn't concentrated on anything else. Yeah. Or relax. I can't relax. Mm-mm. This isn't the past. This is happening right now. And I'm trying to relax. I mean, I have my words going all over TikTok as if I was saying them, or there's some awful things being said. And it's not from me, although they're trying to play me.
When our friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down. Cause my heart breaks together when I hear your name. It all just like
So I'm shutting down the AI beast.
too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers. Held your hand, should have gave you all my
And get ready
heart.
to step into the ring with that thing.
Take you to every party, cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, she's dancing with the
That's what I usually do. Stay prepared.
my pride, my ego, my needs, and my selfish ways. Cause the good, strong
And not
woman
get
like
shoved.
you walk out my life. Now I'll never get to clean up the mess I made. Oh, and it haunts me every time I close close my eyes, it all just sounds like too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers and held your hand.
You can't be all whiny and shit when you step into the ring with a beast. I'm talking Trump, Satan. You don't give him any room. Because it'll take a mile. 10. No. That's why I was, knocked down. Slammed. Magically. Because they couldn't get close to me. Metatron. Derek. Enoch. Solomon. Those little witches.
I was your man. Do all the things I should have done. I was your man.
Last night was fun when we were training. I had a blast.
You see my scars, even if I break your heart, if we're a million miles apart.
And then trying to make me feel bad because I made some guy named Jeremy Renner. And I asked him what his name was, and he took offense to that. Told me to get lost. I said bye. And then I get this thing on TikTok. Now this is on Instagram, Facebook. I get this thing on TikTok about that situation, and I'm like, do I have any privacy? Is everybody just standing in the shadows laughing and mocking me? That's what I don't understand. Because that's what they're doing right here. It's not just, it's the whole town. Because I asked what the real name was. People don't want to give me their real names, fine. But I don't see or talk to anybody. Everybody's playing the same game with me. This is a torture tactic, guerrilla warfare, unconventional witchcraft, psychological warfare, chemical warfare, you name it. Here, I have it all written down. I get the silent treatment from 8 billion people. This is not a coincidence. This isn't my imagination. This is my reality and the truth of what that beast has done to me. Netanyahu, Ray Burns, Donovan, IDF, Kahovi, Yadai, Salama, Herzl, Mattis, Eric Cox, Gowdy,
Tell me something, boy. I'll be tired trying to fill that void. Or do you need more? Aiming hard and that's so hard, boy.
because Michael Adam, you need to understand. You need to not feel bad at all. I've forgiven you. But you need to understand, they've all done the same thing. They're all doing the same thing, so don't let them make you feel bad. Yeah. Tamir, Hamar, Haley, Nikki Haley, Howell, Scott Hell, I don't know, G. Scott Hell, Michael Bay, Lois Austin, Louise, I don't know. I can't read my own handwriting right now. Jonathan, Levone, I don't know, Ari, Schwartz, Sahedrin. Oh, those are the members of the Sahedrin. Hawks, Special Forces, the Cube, Black Cube. No, is it the Cube? It's the Intelligence SIS in Israel. Bill Burns. Oh, Deputy Director William Donovan. Williams for idea. Can you hear my voice this time? Take back my life song. My power's turned on. You see? And I don't really care, no. Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. It's been 10 years. those things I didn't say. Wrecking balls. Can you hear? So, okay. I guess that's it on those. So, funny thing happened again today. I get letters from SSI, SSDI. It was supposed to be turned in yesterday. And I just got them today. I finally got my wallet back today. This, what they do, is incredibly. It would drive anyone completely insane. This was meant to drive me insane. The video game is CERN. And if it wasn't for my Michael Adam protecting me having Yahweh on my side, and me knowing who my God is, and I wouldn't bow, and I wouldn't deny my God. He couldn't break my faith. These are torture tactics. It's like being in a rat cage. Let's see what she can do. I mean, absolutely no contact with anybody, really. They got them fearing me. I've never raised my hand to anybody, any of them. Most of them I didn't even know had a problem with me. I've never met them. I don't know who they are. And the ones I do know, I don't see them because they don't like me. What the hell did I didn't do anything except for I won't deny my God. And Donald Trump, you are not God. And that Angela Powers that took my identity, I don't know what she is, doppelganger, clone, soulless, monster. She can have, oh yeah, she can, oh yeah, oh yeah, I said, yeah. Get the worst thing possible because all she's doing is casting more and more and more magics. And Yahweh is telling me to respond and send them all back to her. And the ones helping her are in trouble too. Because my family's pissed. I mean, it's so bad. You guys sit there and tell me all the time, be nice. You've seen me defending myself. You've not seen me in the flesh. I have a job to do. I don't come to your job and tell you how to do it. And you guys have, they're not nice about this torture. As I'm watching this, you guys tell me to go out. I do. But I have nowhere to go, no one to hang out with. Literally isolated, away from everybody, with their false hatred and false accusations towards me as they're trying to swap destinies and throw in as many black magics to keep me and Michael apart. Michael Adam, it's the sickest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what I did to anybody. But I'm the different one, and yeah, I'm the one that gave the orders. That would be Trump. And Yahweh will deliver him into my hands. Awetonomoya is delivering my enemy into my hand. Awetenomoetie, Yahweh will be Awetediatonomo for destruction. And her. He's delivering my enemy into my hand. I don't know, that thing's obsessed with me, and I don't know why. And I'm tired of everybody making, you see, Michael, I don't feel like he's done something wrong. We can make it through anything. It's, everybody in the relationship, so we can't heal or get past it because you won't let us. You won't let us tell each other how we feel. You keep throwing those digs in there, making him feel bad and making me feel bad. It's not helping. Because he's the only one who shouldn't feel bad at this point. He shouldn't. I'm trying not to go off on him. And that would mean in the spirit. Keeping my cool. Giving him a warning. Yeah, because she's going to be recompensed on her own head. Voy a decirte. Oh, and then I'll show you. They took the lamb's blood, broke the bottle. They messed with the altar. I like this song. Yes, it's their antics that I'm pissed off at. Yeah, I'll put down a list if you want me to. I mean, my stuff gets taken all the time. They mess with my car. You know, I can pretty much deal with all of it, but when you put it together, you know exactly what it is. And to me, no human should ever be subjected to what Donald Trump has done, the Clintons have done to me, Obama, Biden, all of them. There's not one exempt from this. These are monsters. I mean, the family's not any better, but yeah, I'm not going to leave them out of that category. Yeah, Adam, our family is exempt from all that because forgive all them. I forgive all of them. They didn't know any better. But the ones who did, that thing, Jezebel, and Trump, and that Haitian voodoo king, priest, high priest, that put the bloodline hit on me. Yeah, I have an issue with them because they haven't stopped. Nope. Not repenty at all. Nope. They still want me wiped off the face of the earth. Okay, then come out of the shadows and put them up. Because, Grandma. The people that are actually trying to get to me. The ones that have come to love me. Kind of weird, but I know how could anybody even like me, let alone, try and find me or anything, right? This is what they had done. It was, he said it about Jack Smith's family. He told, would somebody please go have a explaining to Jack's family and his friends. He basically, did the same thing he did to me. Scare your family into not talking to you, pay people off. These are deep, and then use your own money to pay people off. And make you sit there and watch. And as much as you say no, and as much as you yell for help, and still, nobody will speak to you. This is, I am a true ghost detainee. They couldn't exile me, so they ghosted me. Literally. And put me in CERN like a video game. And they had they deceived my Michael Adam. thought she was me. Oh yeah. Gee. Oh no, this is all about the charges on Trump. Yeah, baby, no. This has nothing to do with you or any of your family, nothing. Tribes. Mm-mm. This has to do with Trump and his doing, having people do witchcraft and everything, including that Jezebel over there. Yeah. I'm sorry they did this to you too. This is about them doing this to us. Yeah. Gave a boy to a harlot, sold a girl for wine. So yeah. Because I never step into a fight I'm not going to win. Donna, and I have the victory in Yeshua's name. Yahweh's already, Donna, what? Giving me the victory. Yeshua's name. So I have to go over all of it, put it together. Because when I strike, he's not getting up. Again. Neither is she. The woman was always supposed to face the serpent. Truth against the lie. And you asked, the video game. I call it a video game. It's a simulation, Matrix. You know, it works with the Mandela effect, the butterfly effect. I mean, yeah. You asked how to bring the veil down. This is what brought all this on. To finish bringing it down. Because I don't like to be seen. And then did you catch that? I know you have an invisibility cloak on. That's crazy. Michael Adam, that is crazy. I just got a green light. I'm hiding myself. Turn into spirit. You see, get when invisible.
Well, you done meaning you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I don't want it. So I'll take no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Mm. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart.
But I think you pulled the answer.
Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family.
Because I don't like to be seen. So did I do it? Is that what that last piece of the veil is? Am I holding on to it because I don't like to be seen?
This is our fate. I'm yours.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to come on? Scooch on over closer, dear. And whenever you're here, something I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer, but my breath fogged up the glass. And so
Yeah, it's so much easier to get the silent treatment from everybody because I don't know any of them and I don't talk to anybody. So it's easy for them to convince you. Because, yeah, I would see to convince one person, everybody telling them the same thing. Well, yeah, I wouldn't have listened to me either. But you did listen to me. That was. I knew you would. My heart recognized you. Alexa, turn it down to. Alexa, turn it down again. Oh no, it got loud. And there's nothing more irritating than, because that's exactly the tactic Mark used. I never know what people have heard about me. Okay. I mean, to make up stories, and I'll tell you, Brian would never hit a woman. It's Shelley's husband, one of my best friends. We don't talk, but he made sure I had a roof over my head anytime I needed it. Roommates, Marge is the only woman he would absolutely hit. Mhm. It doesn't matter who you are. My Alex, from the time he was born, she's done nothing but try to take him away from me. I got accused of kidnapping uh, my nephew. Didn't want nothing to do with Joe, um, but she would make sure everybody hated me. This is the same thing. And being told things like, you will die alone. Nobody's ever going to want you. What do you think's playing out right now? What do you think they're using to try and drive me crazy? And the thing is, all it's doing is making them look like idiots. And, you know, Yahweh has a few things to say. Well, not say, but a few things in mind for where they can go. And I wouldn't even want to touch that one because he has a few ideas where they can go. And he's the creator. You can imagine the fury. Oh, yeah, gee. But my battle's in prayer. All I have to do is reach. Oh, it's no more. It's Yahweh's power. Just walking into the ring, standing in Him. We have to do the Father's will with the full power of the great I am. To take out that man beast and his whore. Because Oweatha, you know, Yahweh gets full control. But he's going to knock the piss out of them. And they're going to feel it. Because it'll be Yahweh doing it. You know, Michael and I together. It's a 1-2 punch. And they are in trouble. because I barely have to move and have all darkness on its face. So I don't know what they think they're going to accomplish by continuing. But in order to be me, this is me. And I put things together. I mean, shit, I have the time and I speak to the creator. I utter the seven thunders of a Sonomashua name. So, you know, it's always interesting when we're making keys or going through different worlds and stuff like that. But I am seriously being put down because I need to go into the world. See? So, unknowingly, I fell in love completely. And believe me, they played on that. So everybody is, this is my job. So you want me to be me? This is what I do. All day, every day. The altars. This. I don't talk to anybody else. So it's no wonder I'm so damaged and I haven't been around people. Because I'm crazy. Yeah, it's not my choice. It's them staying away from me because they were told to. That's the point of this. Or something would happen to their families, or and that I was the bad one. They didn't. It's not me not trying to go out there. It's not me not asking for help. It is literal warfare, torment. These are torture tactics. Gee. No, baby, you didn't do nothing. They spilled blood. Mine. So. But when I have to focus on work and, you know, why and this happened, you know, this is a pure attack. Now, Yahweh, what do I do? And then he tells me, and we talk through it, and it's like, yeah, this is how we do it. Plan. Go out and tell that man beast and the witches they keep going, it's just going to add on the pain, the hurt. Because he's standing up there mocking. And so, it even asks, who can make war with the beast? Let me in the ring. That's what I'm doing. Let me in the ring. Yahweh will deliver that unclean spirit into my hand. Sleeping with now, all to bring down the rest of the veil. This is why I don't want to be seen. This is what they've done. I'll be right back. So, oh gosh, no, I'm not mad at anyone. I'm not even mad at Trump. I feel nothing for those two. That thing and that Jezebel and or him. I feel nothing for him. Because there's no use in being angry because it's done. But the fact that still nobody's met me and I'm being told how to act and you don't know how I am yet. I've never raised my hand against anybody, child or a kid or an animal. I didn't raise my hand against anybody throughout all this. So why is everybody scared of me? The only thing that's been done to you guys is what you guys sent out to attack me. I'm asking you, repent. Stop being deceived by that thing, saying it's me. Stop pulling me into the energy. Because her karma is so bad, you don't want to get smacked with it too. That's how much these two have coming to them. Yeah, why I'm so guarded. And I have so many walls. I'm unarmed, everything. My guards are down. That's how this was able to happen. You know, they took advantage of a weak moment, as usual. Not a weak moment, but a moment when I didn't have my shields or anything up. I wasn't listening for the attack. I wasn't doing anything like that. And they took advantage of that. And it's stuff like that that doesn't help when all I've done is ask for help. Told them what I needed, and nothing. All I get is, it's coming. You'll see. You need to do this first. Okay. Okay. Oh, we can look it up. Here, let's do that. We're gonna look up human rights and torture tactics, psychological warfare. Because I took psychology. I was really good at it. And yeah, I am in total agreement. I should be fucking batshit 3 times crazy. Because they didn't tell you it's the most important parts. Told Panda a video game. I was like, yeah, because I know how you're protecting me, and I can talk to every other way because we're so connected, but you don't know exactly what they've done. No, because you trained me. Not upset at all. Yes. I see. They're just different worlds. It's the same thing as watching a movie or playing another video game. That's what that thing did last couple of months ago because of um, when they all threw me into CERN. That was my 4th time in there, and Yeah. Trying to take my destiny, my soul. Yeah, and seeing that time. Because that's where they had you too. Yep. You jumped in and see. So that's some of the stuff he has to answer for. Sorry. I was sitting there thinking, I went into a vision. Okay. Yeah, I was listening to you. Drawings done, what the CIA's torture program looked like to the tortured. Drawings done in captivity by the first prisoner known to undergo enhanced interrogation portray his account of what happened to him in vivid, disturbing details. In each illustration, the first person to be subject to the interrogation program approved by George W. Bush. Here's, I told you, none of them are exempt. To demonstrate how more than a decade after the Obama administration outlawed the program and then went partly to classify, a Senate study that found the CIA lied about both its effectiveness and its brutality. The final chapter of the Black Sites was yet to be written. The New York Times. The report uses first-hand accounts of eternal Bush administration memos, prisoners. Here. New York Times. Portrays particular techniques, as they say, used on him on a CIA black site in Thailand. Stop it. No. Okay. I wonder what it says. Okay, let's read this about that. emotion on what until now had sometimes been portrayed in popular culture in sanitized or inaccurate ways. So called enhanced interrogation techniques used by the United States in secret overseas prisons during feverish pursuit of Al Qaeda. Praise each illustration. For inclusion in a 61 page report, How America Tortures by his lawyer. Oh, wow. The report uses firsthand accounts, internal Bush administration memos, prisoners' memories, and the 2014 Senate Intelligence Committee report to analyze the interrogation. The program was initially set up by Mr. Zabu, who was mistakenly believed to be top out. He was captured in a gun battle in March, gravely injured. An internal debate over whether was forthcoming to FBI interrogators, the agency hired two CIA contract psychologists to create the now outlawed program that would use violence, isolation, and sleep deprivation on more than 100 men in secret sites. Some described as dungeons staffed secret guards and medical officers. Descriptions of the methods began leaking out more than a decade ago, occasionally in wrenching detail, but sometimes with little more than a stick figure depictions of what prisoners went through. But these newly released drawings depict specific CIA techniques that were approved, described, and categorized. Wow. Memos prepared in 2002 capture and the person being tortured. The Palestinian whose name. He was the first person known to be waterboarded by the CIA. He endured it 83 times and was the first person known to cram confinement. Constantly rotating barrage of methods meant to break what interrogators believed to be resistance. Subsequent intelligence officer analysis was a jihadist. He had no advanced knowledge about the 911 attacks, nor was he a member of Al Qaeda. Military prosecutors have no plans to do so. He is held in the base's most secretive prison, Camp 7, where he drew these sketches, not as artwork, whose release from Guantanamo is now forbidden, but as legal material that was reviewed. Long hours went by while I was standing in that position. My hands were tied in the upper bars. Yeah. Some guard said he noticed the color of my hands moved him to a chair. The interrogation vertigo resumed. The cold, the hunger, the sleep, little sleep, and the intense vomiting, which I didn't know whether it was caused by the cold, the injure, or the noise. CIA put prisoners on liquid diets in its program of so-called learned helplessness. for observing. Hmm. Discombobulating meant to stir up a prisoner's inner ears. It's painful. You're doing it wrong. Oh, goodness. Mm-hmm. The dog box. The CIA justified sleep deprivation by saying it focuses the detainee's attention on his current situation rather than for more than 11 days at a time. Counted 2 or 3 weeks or even more at a time. Yeah, it's not what I was looking for, but hey, that was fascinating. Second, we're gonna look some more. My arm is getting tired. Let's see. The worst scars are in the mind. Psychological torture. Okay. Trying to cure depression. Trying to cure depression, but inspiring torture. The director in May 2002, go figure, giving a lecture at the San Diego Naval Base. It had been sponsored by the Joint Personnel Recovery Agency, and some 100 listeners were in attendance. The talk was simple. For a good part of his career, he had studied a concept to be known as the learned helplessness, the passivity that often comes after we face problems that we can't control. That afternoon, he wanted to describe the data his team had collected over the years and could help American personnel, military, civilian alike, resist torture and evade successful interrogation by their captors. He recalls one audience member in particular seemed especially enthused a year earlier. Wow. Anti-terrorism, top conversation. The colleague shared his appreciation of his work. He was a psychologist himself. Now in San Diego, he was taking the opportunity. Linguistic experts, theories of interrogation based on learned helplessness. One is a psychologist of who's been identified as Mitchell had reviewed the learned helplessness. That is just Okay. Theories of interrogation based on learned helplessness, which the report specified was the theory that the detainees might become passive and depressed in response to adverse or uncontrolled events and would thus cooperate and provide information. I'm the crazy one, though, who has been identified, had theorized that including such state could encourage a detainee to cooperate or provide information. He had also, months before he began to advise the CIA, attended the 911 gatherings. He had been wanting to speak with the psychologist. Richard Solomon, Pennsylvania. Oh. So this Seligman began his studies. Solomon's lab was working with dogs on a phenomenon that had first identified as aversive conditioning or avoidance training. The researchers administered shocks to the animals, accompanied by tones or lights, so that they would come to associate the tone or light stimuli with the shock's onset, and in some cases, then learn to avoid the shock by jumping over a barrier. Solomon would then work to see if he could get the dogs to, in effect, unlearn the association. When arrived at the lab, he noticed that some of the dogs had started to act rather strangely. Instead of trying to figure out to avoid the new shock, they just sat there. They didn't even try to figure it out. Teaming up with fellow graduate student began to study. This was ongoing. With holes for the dogs' legs as the dogs hung their heads were kept in place. He told the supervisors that he didn't believe in causing suffering unless it had some inherent value would lead to bettering lives, both canine and human. So he and Mayer set out to figure out a way to reverse the effect of the learned helplessness in dogs. What they found was one simple tweak could stop the passivity from developing. When the researchers first put the dogs in the shuttle box, the shock was controlled by a jump. Let's see what she can do. I wanted psychological, but hey, yeah. Oh, you guys are taking notes. causing pain and suffering that fall into the category of cruel and inhuman or degrading treatment or torture. Some of the methods used are physical methods, acting on the body and generally producing pain. Others are psychological, and that is non physical and act on the mind. Some methods are recognized forms of torture, others, which also may produce pain and suffering, but at a lesser degree, may not qualify as torture according to the definition. Yet, non physical methods may appear to be minor or even when taken separately one by one. This paper will attempt to explore the use of non physical methods. Okay. On the legal definition, defining exactly what torture means seems to be as complex as defining shocks to consciousness. In the case of pornography, the U.S. Supreme Court justice said the definition of pornography. This acknowledgement was made, what, which defines torture as severe pain or suffering, whether physical or mental, involving a public official and carried out for a specific purpose. The later American Convention to Prevent and Punish Torture has a broader definition of torture, which does not include the infliction of severe pain and suffering. In international humanitarian law, torture does not have to be inflicted by or with the public official, but can be perpetuated by any individual. Despite these various interpretations, torture, other acts of cruel, degrading treatment, punishment, advance torture completely. While imposing on states only the obligation to undertake to prevent cruel, inhumane, degrading treatment, states have used this to argue that while torture is forbidden, cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment may be justified under exceptional circumstances. If such treatment is to be allowed in certain circumstances, but not torture, the the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, for example, prohibits in absolute terms torture and inhuman or degrading treatment. The same is true of the European. Yeah, these are going on Trump and Clinton. All but Trump. Sleep deprivation, standing, constant noises, degrading treatment by attacking a special stigma and particular intensity and cruelty to torture. In the early case of Ireland versus UK, methods such as hooding, sleep deprivation, while standing, and constant noise were considered not to amount to torture. Conversely, in the discussion whether similar methods used by the Israelis' General Security Service for interrogating suspected Palestinian terrorists in the 80s and 90s amounted to torture. In more general terms, the two notions by referring to the UN Declaration of 1975, which defines torture as an aggravated form of cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment. Torture thus implies the infliction of more severe suffering or pain subject to concept. the definition of torture as opposed to cruel, degrading treatment. Hmm, here we go. It has been stated that it can be difficult to define torture in general. Psychological torture has been seen. The definition of the torture is firmly based on severe pain and suffering. The fact that this notion is qualified as being both physical and mental. That's why they took my medical records. I see. Mm-hmm. Has everything they did to me. Severe mental pain and suffering caused by the threat of or actual administration of procedures calculated to disrupt profoundly the senses or personality. Here, the effects that will qualify as torture are clearly defined. If the methods used during interrogation, in this case, psychologically coercive tactics, produce the said effects, those psychological methods do indeed qualify as constituting psychological torture. They are used to break down any will prisoners may have to resist interrogators' demands, and are discussed in detail further on. Similar to the definition of torture in the cat, the definition requires measurement of the gravity and of suffering, as the methods must be calculated to disrupt profoundly the senses or the personality, and the effects they produce must be severe. Mental pain or suffering. The difficulties linked to measuring mental pain and suffering now need to be considered. The threshold that must be reached for acts to amount to torture is mentioned above. The causing of severe pain and suffering, the Convention Against Torture explicitly prohibits the infliction of severe physical or mental, psychological suffering, physical forms of pain, suffering more readily understood than psychological. As these notions are highly subjective and may depend on a variety of factors: age, gender, health, education, cultural background, religious conviction of the victim. How should the distinction be drawn between different levels of pain? Mild, moderate, substantial, severe, intense, extreme, unbearable, intolerable, excruciating, agonizing, and the list could go on. As subject assessment, psychological suffering, and especially difficult. UN Special Torture, one of the leading experts, has stated how to access the matter in the individual case, intensity of suffering. If it's mainly mental, it's opposed to physical suffering, there may be an uncertainty. I see they did both, so it doesn't matter. You can prove both. Level, oh, I see. Level of ordinary. Let's see. With regard to physical suffering, okay, severe as having to rise to a level that would ordinarily. Okay. The reasoning that pain, in order to qualify as severe, has to produce permanent. Oh, wait. The pain one, the physical one, level that would ordinarily be associated with sufficiently serious condition or injury such as death, organ failure, or a serious impairment of bodily functions. The reasoning severe has to produce permanent damage and impairment may be valid for insurance compensation, but is not most certainly flawed for any definition of torture, which there is a requirement, let alone permanent. It would have been, oh yes, if it wasn't for my God. Oh yes, I am. We see thee, Father love. It does not account for mental suffering. Now we go into that. With reference to psychological torture, another extraordinary condition was proposed in the Bible. Suggests that in order to constitute severe mental pain or suffering, there had to be a prolonged mental harm, substantial duration lasting months or even years. This meant that any objective qualification of psychological suffering had to be proven. Let's see. Prolonged mental harm and months or even years had to be proven. Where are we at? The ICRC visits prisoners around the world and encounters many who are still under interrogation in situations where torture is being used. According to this, they have done months or years after the fact, which would defeat the very purpose of qualifying a situation of ongoing torture, such as post traumatic PTSD found in prisoners subject to conceive interrogations, would certainly qualify as significant psychological significant durations. This diagnosis, however, can be made. Symptoms present more than a month requires suitable. Okay. The acts causing PTSD while they're in custody, all ongoing stress acts deliberately cause. Okay, they are being subject to ongoing stress. Yeah, sleep deprivation, solitary confinement, fear and humiliation, severe sexual and cultural humiliations, the use of threats and phobias to induce fear of death or injury, use of other techniques such as forced nudity, exposure to cold temperatures, light deprivation, etc. U.S. Department country reports human rights practices, prolonged periods of exposure, humiliation such as public nakedness, confinement to small punishment cells, which prisoners were unable to stand upright or lie down, held for several weeks, although many examples. Global war on terror, aggressive psychological techniques amounting to torture are likewise used or have been used. Harsh techniques employed by East German secret police or Stasi, for example, have been documented in the use of various forms of humiliation, degrading treatment, threats, hunger, and cold, isolation, other psychological methods. Psychological and physical have been shown to have destructive health consequences on detainees. The use of these methods in many ways makes detainees feel responsible for what is happening to them. Yeah. Inducing feelings of fear. I don't have no fear. Shame, guilt, and grief, as well as intense humiliation. One or more cynical scale. Victims' psychological torture present symptoms associated with anxiety disorders. The symptoms are described further and undoubtedly cause disruption in the senses, many negative effects on health, psychological torture, widely as well. The reason for considering the efforts of psychological methods separately is to see whether these methods alone, that is, without any physical assault, produce pain and suffering. And with that reach the threshold of cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment, torture in the last 2 decades, even today, to be physical and very brutal. The psychological, yeah, all the physical, that's in paperwork. Yeah, I am. In re-experiencing the trauma, flashbacks, nightmares, stress, reactions, mind stress, even of family members bordering on paranoia. Avoidance of anything recalling the torture experience. And I don't. I can sit there and recall it. That's what I was trying, that's what brought all this up, is because I got over all this and everybody's making, they're the ones living in it. I'm trying to get past it and nobody will let me get past it. I'm isolated, I'm alone, and they're all talking about it. And I'm over here by myself trying to get over it again because of the way they feel about it. I'm being beat the hell out of with my own life, and nobody said a word to me about it. Depressive symptoms, feeling detached from one's body. Now, I am very spiritual, and if it wasn't for Yahweh, I would not be here. All glory to God for that. Emotional numbing. I said I was going numb. ASD. Irritability, sleep difficulties, hypervigilance, constant anxiety, difficulties in concentrating, depressive symptoms. It is thus virtually impossible to determine protocol alone that types. I'm done. I'm not gonna. I got enough to hang him. Yeah. They need, you know, all the lies and everything else that nobody will let me defend. And it's like, damn. It's crazy. Your phone call. Hold on a second. I'll just turn it on. Yeah. Have to tear it down the middle. Have to find it, and it's all codes. It's like a DNA spirit. And that's what brought us to this. This is how we do it. I know where it goes. So in order to make all that stuff, this is what I have to do. Take out Trump. With the word. He's a beast. And I just did it legally. That's what he's done. My full testimony is right here on YouTube. And only one person helped me, and that was my Michael Adam. See? So, let's do something about that. Because guerrilla warfare, spiritual, witchcraft, and everything else, unconventional, clandestine, ops, something's got to give. Either in that or, we can always shake it loose. Alexa, change that song. Alexa, play the music.
Here's a station you might like. My soundtrack on Amazon Music.
That works. Alexa, turn it up 2 notches. And so, I made a key. With all what we were doing. Because That's all it is just a different world. It's a simulation. It's the Matrix. It's CERN. I don't know. It's here somewhere. Yeah. Yes. Oh, your keys. Coat. Yeah. I have to get them. So that's the video game they're playing. Just different worlds. So I beat the game. Destroyed all the monsters, everything. So there's no. I mean monsters, I mean like Trump is Soros. They're all monsters. They're soulless. They're from the pits of hell. Jezebel. Oh, they need in a vessel to get into the light. And, wrestle with flesh and blood. So they flee. They flee from you. So don't be scared. There's no reason to be scared. I mean, there is absolutely nothing anybody can do to me that they haven't already done to me. So I'm not scared at all. But this is the last thing they used. They're using our love for each other against us. No more. No more. Isn't that sad? I have to go through all this just to tell you that they're keeping us apart to torture us. It's part of the psychological torture to get me to bow to the beast and deny my God, break my faith, deny Christ. Yeah. That's what they're doing to us with so Yeah, I do actually know, but I'm not going to put it on here right now. We aren't made with the spirit of fear. You need to know I am completely in love with you. And with that, there is nothing you can say to make me love you any less. There is nothing you've done that's going to make me turn away from you. It's you and I. See? Okay? Don't let fear stand in your way. I got you. Always. And I'm not leaving. Not without you. You where you go, I go. You jump, I jump, Jack. I love you.